Today I want to do a quick review of the Garmin Approach R50. Okay, now we purchased this unit as a portable simulator because our simulators that we have here at Oakwood are attached to the ceiling. It's a whole process to move. This is portable. It actually has a battery. It lasts 4 hours if you don't have a plug, and it runs everything internally. Okay, so I've also got it hooked up here and connected to GS Pro, so it can send the data to the computer via Wi-Fi, and I can play courses on GS Pro. I'm going to give you a little demonstration. This is actually my home course, Glastonbury Country Club. I'm going to play a hole or two, and then I'm going to show you the internal courses that come in the Garmin R50, which is actually a course library over 40,000 courses. Pretty much any course in the country that you can think of is going to be in there. Your home uni, your home country club, they're going to be in there. They recently did a big graphics upgrade on Home Course Hero, which is the software that it comes with, and it's pretty good. Not all the greens are mapped out. It depends on, you can look on the website. It shows you which ones they map the greens and which ones are just kind of, they're guessing what the green undulations would be like. But on the GS Pro, all these courses are made by people, and I personally played my home course here several times, and the greens are very accurate. All right, so let's show you what the software does here. I'm going to try to hit a cut off the left trees. There we go. Wasn't the best strike in the world, but reached the fairway. Now, one of the things that I really like about this system, you see you get your raw carry. So that was a 216 raw carry. It carried 244 in the game because there was a severe downhill. But if I was hitting it flat, that only would have gone 216 yards. I ended up rolling out to 258, so got very lucky with that downhill in the roll. Also, I have it set up. You can customize the screen. I'll give you a little shot here, you can see. So it shows the impact of your club hitting the ball, a replay in slow motion over and over again. So it's kind of a good thing if you feel like you hit it off the toe, or if you feel like you got a little fat, you can actually see that impact, which is a really nice thing when you're practicing. All right, so I'm gonna go lay up here just short because there is a stream up there, so I want to go over that stream, but I don't want to end up trying to kill a ball and putting it into that stream. So I'm just going to go with a hybrid here. There we go. All right. And as you can see, there's a slight delay. Of course, I'm used to our simulators that we have in here, which are a lot more expensive than this unit. This unit retails for about $5,000. Our simulators are about $40,000. So not going to expect it to be perfect. It definitely misses some shots, but overall, the experience I think is pretty good. Got that one a little thin. See if it works out. All right, there we go. And nice thing on this, because it's a launch monitor on the ground like that. Unlike a lot of, I'll say budget sims, you can actually putt on this. So I've got pretty much a straight putt here, a little bit of a right break in the end. And these greens are fast, even though this one's uphill. I got to give it, past the hole is really bad, so. Get in there. All right, there we go. Start out with the birdie. So that's the example of what this GS Pro can do with this unit. It's pretty cool the way that it syncs up through Wi-Fi and just sends that signal right over there. And like I said, even with that going on, very slight delay. So this unit is very, I mean, like I said, I'm going to demonstrate the actual internal game It comes with a practice range, and then for the courses, you have to download them, and there is like a monthly fee. But for the portability of it, I think it's a great unit. Pretty accurate. I tested it against our simulator. All the numbers were within, 100 or so RPMs on spin and launch. Distance was within about 5 yards. So pretty good. And you can also take this unit outside. So you can take it to the range and sit this down and get all your data during your range session. So another nice feature. I did that the other day. I did find that the screen was a little bit hard to see in the bright sunlight. But obviously if you cover it up, you can see your data. It also stores the data, and then you get it on the Garmin app on your phone. So after your session, you can kind of see what you did there. But I found it did mimic my ball shape outside pretty well. Missed a couple, but same thing as in here. You're gonna get a few that's gonna miss. So I'm gonna jump in and I'll show you the internal software, and we'll go from there. Okay, now we're in the Home Team Hero, and I've got the same course, Glastonbury Hills Up. You can see obviously the graphics are nowhere near as good as the GS Pro, but if you saw the old version of Home Team Hero compared to this is a huge, huge upgrade. Now, one really cool thing that Home Team Hero can do is you can set the wind, temperature, and humidity and elevation to your location. So this course is in my town, so I just set it. It's got the wind. I got 15 miles an hour on my face. That's pretty accurate for this hole. And the temperature is about 54 degrees, and it's got that set, and the humidity is about 20%, something like that. So you can kind of adjust the course conditions if you wanted to play a little practice before you go out and play a real round on your course. Set the course conditions to what they're going to be when you get there, which is kind of a cool thing. All right, so just play the same hole just so you get an idea of the difference. All right. Now you can see that it's a little jumpy. That's not normally the case. That's just because I have a wireless HDMI connection going up to my projector. So I didn't want to run a whole new wire down. So now this is interesting as well. On the Home Team Hero, when you hit it into the rough, it tells you it's going to take off 10% of your power. Now this is saying 173 yards. There's actually a map here I can touch on the screen. So if I want to try to go across, I can see how far it is. Now because of that being in that rough, I am going to lay it back to about 167 yards. And when you line up the ball, just another thing that you can't see here on the camera, when you line up the ball, it shows you on the screen that you're in the right spot, and you get a green light on the bottom. I'm also being shown here all my ball speed, launch angle, launch direction, backspin, side access, spin rate. You get all your data. Pulled that one a little bit. Ooh, I forgot about that wind. That really took a lot off that. Okay. So now I've got 171 yards to the pin, but that 15-mile-an-hour wind in my face and being out of the rough, so I figure that's going to add about 17 yards onto the distance. So we're looking at 188 plus the 15-mile-an-hour wind. This might be too much hitting my hybrid here, but I just want to make sure I get it up there. So wind, stop it. All right, just off the green. Now I have to say, playing this game versus the using the GS Pro, the short game on this is definitely a little funky. It does allow putting, but it's just a little funky. And that's a gimme inside the gimme range. So Thank you for the applause. So quick wrap up. This unit I think is pretty great for practicing, especially the fact that you can play any course basically in the country, in the world actually. It has international courses as well. Accuracy is, for the price, I think it's pretty good. And just having this, having the ability to play your home course, it's great. So that's going to wrap it up today. So let me make it a tip. So my tip is to make sure you practice before you go out and play. And this is a great way to practice. I just played the first hole here 2 times. Even if you just do the first hole, you go out and you play that round, you're gonna be like, all right, I just played this. So I may actually head over to the country club right now and play a round and see how that translates. So see everybody next week. This is Tom. Thanks for watching.